You gotta eat in this Pokemon world. I choose you, the greatest podcast of them all. I choose you.
Hello.
Wait. Now I'm ready.
Hello and okay. Hello and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielik. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is
your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Army Hammer of the show.
oh fuck, that's not good.
This could go all sorts of ways.
Yes. And also, Mamma Mia, pizza pie, it is a mia, Evan Abri. Oh, I love the skiing in Italy. He's in Italy.
Evan, you picked up an accent recently.
Oh, I'm in Italy for 10 weeks, and I'm like, Mario, he knows what's up.
I've actually heard the Italians love when you do that.
Yeah, and I heard it's like you go there and you do like the Mario voice, and they like give you a prize. Just like I've never heard anyone do this before.
They say appropriation, more like appropriate.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
We're gonna make you a bigger pizza pie, real nice.
So this is kind of an interesting segue, but I just have to. So I'm moving from San Diego, and it's making me, I think every time something ends, I always end up putting like get very nostalgic and sentimental for.
Is it making you
all the
sad,
little things.
Diego?
It's making me a little sad, Diego. Fuck, you're so right. And one of the things that I am going to miss, and I know for sure, is all of the fucking amazing Italian food that is so close to my immediate area in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And more than anything, I'm going to miss being regulars at some of the restaurants and having the Italians like love up on me in Asia so much. Like, we got some free desserts one time. Like, we get a discount, family friends discount when we go on, brunch over the weekends.
Yeah.
Good people, good food. Not Papa John's. Something better than Papa John's. And I'm going to miss the Italians of South Park. I can say that.
Yes, Ian, you had a question.
Yeah, why didn't we fucking get Italian food when I was there?
We went to that one restaurant that's like and had brunch that was it is an Italian restaurant, right? There's like a DJ outside.
Oh,
Mateo is the spot, the brunch spot that we get a family discount at, and that's owned by said Italians.
so I just want to be clear. Jeremy goes, he gets to go to the alien bar and eat Italian food. I go, and Asia makes me throw up from a bar. I just want to make sure I understand what's happening here.
That is factually what happened, I think.
I
don't like your tone, but that is what happened.
Ben's bringing out their professor voice for tonight. So this is a big episode for us, and I'm sorry that Evan's not here. And one of the reasons this is a big episode for us is one of the reasons Evan's not here, which is that this is the first episode we're recording after the big game, quote unquote, the superb owl, the Super Bowl, America's favorite pastime, and everyone, they're like, oh, what's gonna happen? Kansas City 3P, fucking Kendrick Lamar, is he gonna say A minor at the halftime show, whatever? And I was like, no, none of this fucking matters. Fucking get out of here. I need to see what the food brands of America are trying to do to sell me on their products during the most watched sporting event of the year. And the answer is nothing really. My biggest takeaway from the Super Bowl this year was that I went to a party and they had Post Malone themed Oreos that they sell, and I gotta hand it to Mr. Malone. Those Oreos were great. They were some of the best Oreos I've ever had, because here's what it is. It's two cookies, right? One cookie's chocolate, the other's vanilla. That's normal. But this is the secret. This is how they fucking get you. This is how you're like deep in the Malone hole. Is that the filling is salted caramel. And it's really good. Like, I could normally down a sleeve of Oreos like no problem. This is 2 sleeves. This is a 2-sleeve function kind of situation for these Oreos because they're also.
It was just the sex, though.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Lugia was there. It was great.
I'm glad you brought this up because I was at Smith's today and I was like, I'm gonna get some Oreos, and I saw the Post Malone Oreos, and I almost did it. And if I had, I would have been so pissed right now because you're already so deep in the Post Malone hole. And you would have gotten there before I could get in the hole. And what's even the point?
Yeah.
What's even the point? I mean, it would have synced up perfectly for the sake of content, but I see what you're saying, you know.
Yeah.
Jeremy's really deep in Post Malone's hole.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious.
It's
all week you've been
delicious.
thinking about the cookies.
I mean, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no to that. You know, it's been, kind of stressful, and those Post Malone Oreos kind of give you that sweet, sweet release that perhaps you're looking for kind of situation. The other big thing at the Super Bowl, branding wise, is our friend Evan works for the streaming service Tubi, and the Tubi commercial, which had a man with a flesh hat, was at the party I attended the most reviled commercial of the evening. People are like, that's disgusting, why would I use this service? But hey, they were talking about it. So
you're saying they didn't watch the Super Bowl on Tubi?
no, they didn't. It was on network TV.
I was partial to the Tim Robinson Totino's. Totino's does it again.
I didn't watch any of the Super Bowl ads this year. So you could describe anything right now, and I'd believe it existed as like an ad.
Tim Robinson kills an alien.
Yeah.
A real one?
Like a real one, yeah.
They
Confirmed.
They found a
And
real alien.
no one's even talking about it.
Imagine if the honeycomb animal flew down from outer space and shared Totino's pizza rolls with children, but not with Tim Robinson.
Oh.
Even
okay.
though they used his garage.
Okay. So he's kind of like a Trix Rabbit situation. Like he's
It's like-
deprived of the Totino's pizza rolls.
If the Twix Rabbit committed
The
murder,
Twix rabbit. If the-
And got away with it.
yeah.
you'll just have to watch the commercial.
Okay.
Gotcha,
Well,
okay.
I'll say this. Tim Robbins does give serial mascot energy a little bit. Like,
Wait,
he's
like when he's in the
denied-
hot dog costume?
Yeah, well, I mean, when he's denied something, like when he's trying to do like his 55 burger order or whatever, just that like, if 55 burgers was a cereal, I would believe that that's how he would respond in a similar fashion.
Like, stop, I'm doing something.
Yes, stop doing something. And like you can imagine like a Trix Rabbit saying that as he's trying to get some tricks for his part of a complete breakfast.
I'm sure so much of his psyche was born in cereal commercials. And we've all been there, right?
Yeah. Still
But
alive.
he probably empathizes pretty. We talked about how much empathy is projected onto the Trix Rabbit. Tim Robinson's definitely up there.
He was very empathetic, and we're all excited for his new movie where he becomes best friends with Paul Rudd. So
Yeah, I am excited for that.
yeah, so we'll keep a Tim Robinson corner in a different section of the podcast, but yes,
I've got some stuff I got to bring up.
okay.
2 funny things. One of which I don't remember, but I'm hoping at the end of talking about the first one, I'll remember the second one.
Nice.
I was at a recording session.
Oh, okay,
And
musician.
Yeah, Big Bucks Davis over here.
Big Bucks Davis. I'm in. They paid us and made us lunch.
Oh,
Okay.
We're at the lunch portion, and guy is like, "Oh, can I offer you like some sparkling water? I have LaCroix." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, baby. Like, give me that." Good
You could
shit."
just pay me in this.
yeah,
Yeah, keep
Pay me
your
in gum.
filthy money.
yeah.
And then one of the other people record. This wasn't like me with like my group. It was like a squad of sorts, a suicide
Oh,
squad.
Yeah.
a cast of characters brought together for this mission.
Okay.
And one of the members who was older, let's say, was like, so what's the deal with this LaCroix?
And you had to break it to him.
Luckily, they said this to the producer and not me. But I was within the blast radius.
Did they get corrected, or was it just like it's
No.
LaCroix from now on? Okay, LaCroix from now on.
LaCroix boo.
Yeah, LaCroix booze.
So
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, not to be rude to older people, but they do have a penchant for pronouncing things strangely. And
I don't know how you get ooh out of that spelling though.
Oh,
I can understand just like going like LaCroix, obviously. LaCroix or something like very phonetically. How do you get to ooh in there?
Well, it's
that
like-
just seems like he saw that and was like, like brain just like said whatever.
I don't want to defend their actions, but perhaps like the IX, right? Like, like what's a word that and like a French like boudoir, boud.
Oh,
oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
but that's BOUDOIR. The I section will get you to the wah kind of flanch kind of.
I know what you're
part.
saying though. Like the X at the end is probably makes it just a little scary from an American perspective. You're like, there's something French about this. I gotta.
the American mind
Ooh.
can't.
Can't comprehend French. There's definitely not an entire state that speaks French. That's impossible. That doesn't exist.
Not in our union.
Oh, well, there is. There's Louisiana, Acadia, Gumbo Jambalaya.
No. This is we're not trying to erase Louisiana.
Okay.
That's not our prerogative or agenda as I Choose You LLC podcast. IC Incorporated. Or change the name of the state to anything. In fact, that's not our goal. here.
Okay.
But I do think that the American mind
Can't
struggles to comprehend an
French.
X in a word, let alone in a not soda brand, sparkling water brand.
I only comprehend the word X, the letter X, when it's in like some sort of extreme thing, but not with an E in front of it. Like some sort of X Games, XFL, all
Right.
these kind of things.
But when you see something packaged so innocently and purely with an X at the end, you might say LaCroix.
Yeah, I think the thing that's tripping them up is the innocence, not the X, the innocence. Because they can't comprehend the innocence. They live in a fallen world, and so
Can we make a film that's called The X and the Innocence?
is it
About
about like
sparkling water.
is it about like romantic, like it's a rom-com with sparkling water?
It's less of a rom-com. It's more like a period piece. Drom-com.
Okay. Would you call it would it be like a bodice ripper?
Excuse me?
A bodice ripper.
What'd you just say to me?
A bodice ripper.
Spell that.
BODICE ripper.
Ugh.
Have you never heard this term before?
Bod the Ripper.
Bodice
Oh,
ripper.
Thank you.
Bod ice ripper. No, it's a term used for historical romance novels because usually on the cover you have a female character who is wearing a bodice and perhaps their love interest is ripping it open.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
It's going to be more of a Croy cracker.
Now that sounds dirty.
That sounds
Yeah,
worse.
love interest on the on the front, getting her can cracked by
Oh man, that is something that we just. This is also out of time, but Valentine's Day just happened. The sparkling water brands need to get on this idea of like cracking someone else's can as like a
love sign.
As like a courting ritual.
That's, I'm sorry,
mating
but
dance.
that's 100% like popping cherry and cracking can are synonymous. I'm sorry. Oh yeah,
no.
yeah, brother, I cracked your can less.
Oh no.
I don't like it. I hate it.
No, I think there's something sweet about it that you can do that's not like bro-y. Like I think you can do it in a way that's like you go to the restaurant and you get 2 sparkling waters, and then like you like reach across the table and like crack each other's can, and then you're like, cheers, and it's like that. Then it's like a real date.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it. Can you do this with other beverages or just sparkling water? Could you do it with a soda, with perhaps a beer, a cider?
Well, so there's a few things, right? Soda, very the past, right? That's like old. Sharing like a fucking malt shop soda jerk off session with your love interest is totally overdone and old. Okay. And alcohol, I mean, is like it's kind of classic, but it's overdone as well. And some people are sober, don't want to be drinking alcohol. I feel like of all of the drinks that are canned, sparkling water would be a great way to incorporate the can into the courtship ritual.
Okay, what about like sweetened condensed milk?
Get out of here, Jeremy. Who's going to open your sweetened condensed milk can? Let me know, and then I will approve it. But I can imagine a few people who would want to crack your can, and not sexually.
Hey, we can use that sweetened condensed milk in a recipe. In fact, we might be using it in a recipe on this week's episode of I Choose You, where each week we randomly select a new Pokemon to cook and eat. We share the recipes we bring to the table with one another, and then we decide who has the best recipe, and they get a parade or something. We've never really settled on a parade as a thing we should put on a parade. I'll get that organized once we're all together.
Parade.
Yeah.
So
we're
that's
all the same
kind
place.
of like coming for like the McElroys yet again.
Uh-oh.
And also we can't do that. What would we do? All of our like any like I choose you theming at a parade would just be like Pokemon themed.
It could be like a grill. Like it's like I just want a grill, says my apron, kind of situation. And also I'm wearing like a Pikachu hat or something.
I could see like we just have like a truck, and in the bed of the truck, Jeremy's there with a grill, and he's like grilling meats, and he has like a apron that says like "kiss the cock" or whatever,
Right.
and then like the other 3 of us are like waving and throwing the meats.
Yeah, sausage links are coming my way.
I can't emphasize enough. There's nothing Pokemon related about it because we will get shut down. Like
Like as soon as we say like Pokemon, like a lawyer like jumps out of a bush and like hands us a cease and desist order.
Worse than that, it will be like the JFK assassination at this parade.
Back into the left.
There's a grassy knoll. And that is why we are not mentioning Pokemon at all in public.
Yeah. Does the grassy knoll follow us on the parade route?
This parade is to throw them off our trail.
Yeah. They think that fucking knoll thinks it knows what we're thinking. But we're like 3 steps ahead or maybe 4 car lengths ahead of this knoll.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just to be safe, we're putting a camper shell on the back of this truck.
That's gonna stop.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
To be safe.
Yeah. Nothing can get through that.
I could do for a little grassy knoll myself if you don't know what I mean.
If I don't know what you mean?
If you don't know what I mean, I won't explain it.
God, I wish.
So let's talk about this week's Pokemon. It's called Tinkaton. Now I've done some brief internet research, and I've discovered that people find this Pokemon to be amusing and in many manners. So I want to know how you guys feel about cooking it. It's more hammer than Pokemon, which might be an issue for some people, but I think we can get it out.
Are we? Is someone going first, or are we just going to discuss first?
Let's just say Ben goes first because I don't remember who won 2 weeks ago. Was it Ian or Evan? Might have been Evan.
Was it a tie?
I forget.
Okay. Let's say Ben goes first.
I can go first. I mean, I think you're right to say that proportionally, it's more hammer than Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
The hammer is being bigger than the Pokemon. But for my recipe, I'm actually going to focus mainly on the Pokemon itself, which is sort of just like a little guy. Like, it's just like a pink guy with like some ears.
And hair.
There's hair too. There's ears and hair and a face and a mouth and all the
eyes.
things. It's like bipedal. It's like a child.
Yes.
And I don't really know like what other its like defining characteristics there are. Besides that, I didn't really do a ton of research.
Well,
TBH.
its hammer weighs 220 pounds according to the Pokedex entries.
Whoa.
So it's pretty swole underneath all that.
Okay. Well, that doesn't really impact my recipe because my recipe is some Tinkatuna steaks.
Ooh, because they're pink.
Because Tinkaton is pink, and it sounds like tuna, and tuna is also pink.
Oh, nice.
So
Some might say it's a bit of a salmon color.
it is kind of salmon color coated. I don't know if that's what you were thinking of doing.
Well, I was making a joke because it's like a different type of fish than what you said. Anyway, continue.
That was really funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Really floundering out here, trying to find a joke. I want to make a marinade out of olive oil, honey, garlic, cilantro, parsley, cumin, paprika, and lemon juice, and soak the meat from the Tinkatuna. There's no water typing involved with this, but I can't imagine that like the pink meaty bits of the Tinkaton are similar in texture to a muscular tuna making its way in the world. Because it's so muscular, though, you're also going to, once you like get your little fillets for your steaks, you're going to need to use the hammer to tenderize it, which, because it's so heavy, I think you just need to give it one good whack and you're probably good. But you also don't want to like overdo it and like completely smush your meat. So just one little tink of the hammer will tenderize it. Soak it in the marinade. Grill it up. Maybe you could even put it on like little wooden planks so it doesn't get like too charred, but it still like cooks all the way through. And then you serve it up with like some rice or maybe some steamed veggies of some sort, some broccoli, asparagus, or something like that. And you just got a nice, kind of basic, but like also nice to incorporate some seafood kind of into the mix.
We are in Spain.
Canonically, we could be in Spain. I didn't really think about it from a Spanish perspective, but this is like...
Yeah, they love seafood there. That's all. That's what I was getting at.
They do.
Yes. Big peninsula energy.
It's giving peninsula, exactly. And that's my recipe. Tinkatuna steaks.
Tinkatuna steaks. Nice. Excellent. Ian, I feel like you're going to bring us a recipe that we'll all love to eat. So what is your recipe this week?
As if mine wasn't.
I was just doing a fun transition.
What's your problem?
No, I'm not.
You don't think all people would enjoy my recipe?
I'm sure so many people would fucking flip their shit for some Tinkatuna sandwiches or whatever steaks. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Kind of situation. Wow. But I'm just trying to have a fun, like, flighty transition to the next recipe. A good segue for Ian.
Mommy and Daddy never fight when Evan's here. All right. This week, we're beating our meat.
Okay.
This Pokemon is, quote, intelligent and has a reckless personality.
Okay.
I think it's like it's a tough Pokemon, right? Like, this thing is like hardy.
thick, sinewy muscles ripple through its body.
And what do you do with a tough piece of meat?
You hit it with a hammer,
Yeah, you do.
or you put it in a marinade overnight.
Yeah, we're doing both.
Okay.
Wow, fuck yeah, baby.
Shuck the bones out of this thing.
Okay.
Take the hammer, pound that shit
Uh-huh.
till it's nice and even and flat. We're making Tinkaton tacos.
Tacos.
Is
Okay.
the meat gonna go in the taco, or are you gonna fold the flat meat into the shell?
Oh.
No, this isn't like a KFC double down.
Inverted taco.
And you put like tortilla tortilla chips inside.
Yeah. So the meat is the shell, and it's filled with cheese and like lettuce and like pico de gallo or whatever, and some
And
sauce.
like tortilla chips or
Yeah.
something, like to get the crunch.
Yeah.
Man, Taco Bell's probably gonna do that soon.
They
Now they
fucking-
will.
They better. They fucking better. Continue.
So I'm presupposing we're treating it like a flank steak.
Yes. Oh.
Okay.
When I said marinade over in the fridge overnight, I was thinking of a flank steak.
Oh, I know you were, Jeremy. I could see that little shit-eating grin on.
that little like, oh, I love a good marinated steak.
This motherfucker's thinking about flank steak.
He's fucking like gonna marinate that, like, because it's kind of tough and gristly, but then a marinade overnight, it's so fucking good.
Yeah, we know you're a little flank freak.
Yeah. It's so thin too.
Take your thin meat, get some salt, pepper, oil, some rice, some ripe avocado, some black beans, sour cream salsa, maybe some onion if you're feeling it, some cilantro. Okay.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper the meat, put it in the skillet, get that medium rare, slice it real thin. And fuck, man, you heat up your tortillas, get some grill marks on them, little char,
Oh yeah.
put that in there. You put all the toppings on. You have a little rice, little bean action.
Oh yeah. The whole plate.
Yeah.
Taco plate
Can
is what I'm hearing.
can we can the Tinkaton use their hammer to like smash out some like tortillas, some Tinka tortillas?
You want the Pokemon to do it before you then kill it.
No, there's like another one there. There's two of them.
Okay. Working
So like
in tandem.
one's just making tortillas, and the other one you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it can't make tortillas anymore, that's when
Put
it's
it out to
time.
pasture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take it out to the pasture.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking sounds good. Can't deny it.
I like where you're going with this. It does, just for the sake of presentation, it does turn the color of normal flank steak too, right? Like it doesn't stay pink.
It's medium rare, so there's still a little pink in the middle
Yeah.
Okay.
where it belongs.
Yeah. In the middle. Yeah, we got to keep that pink in the center of our meat. That's the best way to eat it.
I can't lie. That's another thing I'm going to miss from the old
tacos.
San Diego is some carne asada that just slaps.
Yeah, I love New Mexico. It's beautiful. We have delicious food and all that kind of stuff. But you will be seafood, not a huge thing here. We have a lot of tacos, but not the same as tacos you get in San Diego.
Yeah.
California style burrito.
Yeah.
When next time you get a California style burrito, you should like salute and tap should play in the background as you're eating it.
I mean, it is going to be one of the things that I'll look fondly upon is all of the incredible food in San Diego.
Are you driving back?
Sorry, say that again.
Are you driving back?
We will be driving. Yes.
I will literally just throw money at you to get a cooler and get 10
100
burritos. Yeah, and just put that shit on ice and race it over here like it's a
Yeah.
fucking severed limb.
Yeah, and it's and like you're driving down the highway or whatever, and it's like woo, woo, and you're like, oh no, it's the fucking cops, and it's like they're like,
Look what we got here.
and they bring out the dog, just like he's smelling, and it's like, oh, you got some hot stuff back here, and they open the cooler and they see like all this foil, and it's like, you think you could sneak this past me, and they open it up, it's a bunch of fucking burritos.
He like cracks it open halfway through and takes a good sniff inside.
Yes.
And is like, this is carne asada.
Yeah,
isn't it?
he
thought you could get away with this, didn't you?
Yes, dips his pinky in it and then does a little up each nostril just to make sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we do when we go from New Mexico to San Diego is get like, 4 or 5 like breakfast burritos and like eat them throughout the day that we're driving.
Right. So do that minus that last step.
Right. So that's what I was going to say is like, this seems like very hard to resist not eating all of the burritos on the drive over.
Control yourself.
Look, that's like a 2-day drive, right? From San Diego to Santa Fe, right? Or Albuquerque?
You can do it in one day. We usually do it one day, but we'll probably do it in 2.
If you're
we're
like carrying a
moving
bunch of stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is that you're going to eat 5 burritos in one sitting? Man, you're just going to...
What do you think I'm going to do when I get
Yeah,
there?
Dude, when you're leaving New Mexico and you have chili to eat and you are feeling nostalgic for your home as you're leaving it, you're like, man, fuck yeah, I will eat 3 Blake's breakfast burritos in one day.
That's so many.
In one sitting.
That's so many.
Maybe. If you consider a sitting to be 12 hours,
Yeah,
which
in your car.
is basically what it is.
Yeah.
Also,
Your car's a restaurant now.
let's just air it out. Blake's burritos ain't as big as they used to be. You can take down 3 of those pretty easy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just growing weak in my old age, but
Probably.
if I have one of them, I'm like, I'm good for like the next 6 to 8 hours, depending on the activity I'm doing.
Not a true believer.
Not a true believer. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm an old man. I don't know what to tell you.
I do like this operation of trying to smuggle a bunch of burritos out of San Diego. The one problem with California burritos is that they have avocado and guacamole in them, which does not keep very good.
That's why you keep it on ice.
It's just...
And drive
Even
fast.
ice. I mean, it'll be a very difficult operation. Is all I'm saying.
Why don't you just get it without avocado, and then when you get here, you add the avocado?
I guess, but you're like incorporating all of these what ifs into it, where it's like, I guess, yeah, once I just get to New Mexico, I'll make myself 100 burritos or something. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
Well, how about this? What if you just bring me some fucking burritos?
Okay.
The ultimate takeout experience.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll try to get you at least one.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right. My recipe this week. I also think it's fun, delightful. Should be a crowd pleaser, in my opinion. At least it pleases my crowd of a delicious meal. And I know we've moved on from the UK, from the past generation to this one. You know, we've moved from Great Britain and the United Kingdom to Spain or what have you. But I do believe that the Pride of Scotland should still be featured in even with different locations, and that's why this week we're making chicken Tinkaton masala for our recipe. And
The Pride of Scotland, you
yes,
say?
it was invented in Scotland.
So
Fucking cultural exchange, baby. So we're making chicken Tinkaton masala this week.
Wouldn't it just be Tinka masala?
Yeah, you know what? I'm fucking tired. I'm sorry. I was chicken tikka masala. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Chicken tikka masala. There you go. That was the funny joke I thought of like 2 hours ago when I was like, eating dinner or whatever. I had some chicken for dinner, so that's probably why it happened. So you know how like chicken tikka masala is like usually kind of like an orange curry. This one's pink. Pink curry kind of situation. So it's a little fun. going on, and I think we're gonna use the meat from the Tinkaton. We'll definitely cut it up and use that as the chicken in this this recipe. We'll make the curried chicken. Cook it up. All that business. Will be very, very good. Got a lot of spices, and I think we're gonna actually use again multiple Tinkatons in the production of the recipe this week. I think if we use one of the Tinkatons to grind our spices with a big hammer, that would be funny. A real mortar and pestle kind of situation. So the Tinkaton will grind up the spices that'll be used to spice the other Tinkaton. We're gonna spice them, grill them up, get them nice and curried. It's gonna be a nice pink curry in this situation. I think from the skin, the flesh of the Tinkaton kind of influences the Tinka masala in that way. Okay. And then you get some nice rice. What is your rice of choice when you're eating a food dish like this? Is it a brown rice, white rice, basmati rice?
I would have to go basmati with peas and turmeric.
Nice.
So it's like the yellow rice with that's like, if that's the rice that comes with your Indian food, you're like, what more could I want out of life?
I mean, that sounds fucking good. So that's the type of rice we'll be using for our Tinka masala this week. And then you serve it up, ready to go. You hear the bagpipes playing. You're like, I love Glasgow as you're eating this. The place where it was invented or officiated, formalized kind of situation. So there you go. That's my recipe this week.
That's, I love tikka masala, and it reminds me of a couple things that I feel like we should talk about, which is I recently learned this thing about British Chinese food. Do you know about British Chinese food?
I mean, when we were in Hong Kong, there's kind of the cultural crossover there because Hong Kong was a British colony for 100 years kind of situation. So there's a lot of influence back and forth. So you got kind of like the sports pub Cantonese crossover experience going on. But you're gonna probably whip out some crazy sounding stuff that I'm like, damn, I could slam some of that right now.
Well, so you talked about making a curry sauce.
Yes.
They serve everything with this thing called curry sauce, which I'm not exactly even sure what it is.
It's not actually curry. It's not made out of curry. I know this.
And it's just like an orange sauce that they throw on literally the whole plate, like gravy. It's like, it reminded me of a Thanksgiving plate with like gravy or something.
Nice.
But the other thing that's fucking crazy is they serve everything with fries.
Oh, like French fries?
Yeah.
Or would they say chips?
They do fucking say chips. But then they also include that with like fried rice.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting.
Awesome.
It's interesting.
It didn't look awesome. It looked sad. It looked like I went to like the food court and got like some soggy ass fries, and also went to like Panda Express and got some nasty ass.
Okay. All right. Whoa. Oh, hold on. Let's bite our tongue before you say something you're going to regret. Panda Express fucks.
Yeah.
Hard.
As in, it fucks your life up when you eat it. That's...
Come on, compared to other fast food places, you're going to tell me Panda Express is like the one you're going to shit on?
You're going to shit out. Whoa.
I would not eat it at an airport.
I wouldn't eat anything at an airport. How is that your metric?
Because I feel like it's the last place that I saw Panda Express and was like, nope.
Listen,
I would eat at a restaurant at an airport.
Yeah, you would, Jeremy.
Yes, I would, and I have.
Listen, I used to I could count on my hands how many times I've eaten at Panda Express until I took this new job. What's down the street from work within driving distance? Panda Express. I am ashamed. I can't even show my face in public if I told you how much Panda Express I have eaten the last 2 years. It's gotten me through some dark times.
Okay.
All right. This panda holds me in its warm, furry embrace.
General Tso's chicken is leading you through this goddamn life.
I need General Chow helps me wage war on these kids every day. Okay. So you leave Panda Express out of your dirty whore mouth.
Okay.
Second,
Okay.
I definitely enjoyed a Panda Express when I was in high school and college. I haven't eaten there in like probably 3 or 4 years. I think the last time I ate at one was at an airport, and it was like very late kind of situation. I was like, I need something to eat, and it's like 10 p.m. at the airport kind of thing.
Second, what I'd like to propose is you've eaten at Thai Vegan in Albuquerque,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
the one by UNM.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not the one by UNM.
Yes, I've eaten there.
They've got French fries on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And I will say, French fries as a starter, and then you get your like pad Thai, kind of hits.
I've done that before. This is not the same.
Okay.
This is like if you were served a bowl of
what?
pad Thai, but underneath there was like all of the French fries.
Oh, that fucks even harder. Are you kidding?
No.
Me? It's like poutine, but
Yeah.
Well, so this brought me to what I was originally thinking when I heard your recipe, which was it reminds me of a place nearby that's really good that does chicken tikka masala poutine with French fries, chicken tikka masala, sauce, and cheese on top.
yes.
And
mean,
that
it's-
stuff is pretty crazy. So
good?
It's really, really good.
Okay.
Tikka masala is like one of those sauces that like you can kind of put on a lot of things and it's going to make anything good. So I believe in your recipe, Jeremy.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
it reminds me of, just the versatility of flavors.
Yeah.
French fries, sweet and sour pork on top.
Oh, fuck yeah, baby. I mean, the thing about the potato, the humble potato, is it's so versatile. You can just fucking slap that onto most food items, and you'll be like, this goes pretty well.
You know what's next to the Panda Express by my work?
What?
A McDonald's. So I think next time I go, I gotta get
Large
some
fries?
Yep, large
Yeah.
fry,
Orange chicken.
orange chicken. I'll report back.
Yeah, I'll
I can't stand that. But I mean, you come from a lineage of British people, so that makes sense that it would appeal to your British cuisine sensibilities.
You can take the, however that goes.
You can take the UK out of the bald boy, but
they can't take the KU out
Wait.
of Ian Davis.
Yep.
All right, let's review our recipes for this week. From Ben, we have Tinka tuna steaks. From Ian, we have Tinka tacos, and from me, we have chicken Tinka masala. So, Ben, you didn't make a thing, did you? Oh, we can just say who won.
Why don't we just point at the person we want?
No.
You. I think you win.
Wait, I can do it real quick.
Okay, well, I'll keep vamping. Blah blah. I'm a vampire. Very funny, Jeremy.
I fucking love it when you're like, I'm gonna do this thing, and then you just don't do it.
No, I said I'm gonna vamp, and then I made a joke about a vampire. Come on, people. Come on. Adam Sandler got 3 movies out of that bit, kind of situation.
It's been done.
Speaking of Adam Sandler, do you guys find it weird that they did the 50th anniversary of SNL on a Sunday?
No.
God damn it. That sucks. That really sucks.
It aired
I can't
on,
believe that.
It aired on Sunday night instead of Saturday, and I was like, that's strange. Why did that
What?
happen?
Everyone was busy? What the fuck? It's in the name. SNL doesn't stand for anything hardly anymore. The one thing that they stand for on principle is that
Saturday
it comes
night.
out on Saturday night and it's live.
Yeah.
Those
Well-
things do not change.
When's the last time anyone called it Saturday Night Live? If it's just SNL,
Well, I
that
think
S
they
could
call
be
it-
anything.
They call it Saturday Night Live every week when they say it's Saturday night.
Welcome to SNL.
Oh yeah.
Ambiguously.
The S could stand for anything. Snake.
Well, yeah, it's like rebranding Dunkin' Donuts to Dunkin'.
Yeah. Snake Night Live.
So they don't have to be responsible for all the donuts?
Yeah.
Like, okay, gotcha.
They just got to be responsible for S, N, and L. It's like the AT&T. Anyway, Ben, who won?
I have all the votes, and Jeremy is this week's winner.
Thank you. Great job, me. I'm so glad to hear that. Now's the
And
time.
Ian got the other vote.
It was from me. Ian, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. As I was clicking on your name, I was like, in my mind, this is the inverted taco where the meat is the shell.
Wow. So you,
Oh my god.
so you kind of like wrote in your own answer.
Yeah.
No, but I stuck by my principles, which is you brought that to my mind, so you deserve the vote.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Feels like a
You're
dirty
like,
win, but
I'm gonna vote for this idea that's basically mine, but Ian was the one who made me think of it, so that's where my vote goes.
I mean, why not?
when I think of meat shell, I think of the like cowboy head hat from Tubi.
Oh yeah, that is a meat shell. Evan should hire Heathcliff, because when I saw meat hat, I could imagine like a "Children Love the Meat Hat" kind of caption on a on that commercial.
Who's to say he wasn't brought in for the job?
Heathcliff.
One last job.
Yeah, one last job. I'm getting too old for this shit, says Heathcliff.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Oh, your second funny thing.
Yeah. I'm walking around my classroom. Kids are tuning their instruments. All but one, who's reading a book of Garfield comics.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I approach her and I say, "What's Garfield's favorite food?"
Pop quiz, hot shot. Damn.
She
She's
replies,
like, I just started. I don't know.
She was like a quarter of the way through. This 12-year-old says, "Pizza?" I grab the book from her hands and keep it for the rest of class.
You grab the book and you flip to the fucking page. It's fucking lasagna. Look at him. He's sitting in the lasagna because he loves it so much.
You don't deserve to read this.
Was it
Kids are
how
fucking
old? How
useless.
old was it? Was it like his first collection, and it's where like Garfield's like smoking a pipe and Lyman's there?
No, it wasn't the classics we know and love. I'm sure it was like whatever bullshit from the library. I was too disgusted to even.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Ben knows this because he knew me as a child, but I had those like phone book thick Garfield comic book books as a child, and I had like 20 of them, and I would read them religiously. I'd be like, well, time to like crack open the Torah and like read Garfield kind of situation.
In Normal, Chapter 7, it was said.
Garfield.
You will be shipped to Abu Dhabi. Anyway.
Yeah, that definitely did. Like that those books are like a cornerstone of your like
Life.
sense of humor. I think that's undisputed.
Yeah.
I think what's sad is that you just deprived a child of having the exact same experience.
that I
Oh,
did. You could have created another me.
It's probably a good thing that you took it away then.
I gave it back afterwards,
Yeah.
but I was like, "There's no fucking pizza." Even her friend next to her was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
Oh no. Maybe she just didn't grow up in a pro Garfield household, right? Like she has so many things to unlearn about Garfield. She has to, you in the public school system, you get exposed to so many different ideas and perspectives.
Yeah.
there's only one perspective that matters. It's Garfield's.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom, how do you get a quarter of a way through the book? And here's the thing. She already encountered it because pizza and lasagna,
They're so close.
they're so close. She didn't say like dumplings.
I will say that Garfield does eat a lot of pizza. Like it's a perfectly like it's second on his list. If he's
It's
making
definitely
a list.
second, but like the
Yeah.
distance between first and second is a mile. Like,
Yeah.
there's no lust for the pizza.
Yeah, there's no lust. There's I would say Garfield. I would even say Garfield's second favorite food item is like coffee.
That's true.
Kind of situation.
That's true.
Even though that's not really food, but like there's a lot of jokes about him drinking coffee.
There are.
Yeah.
I just looked up Garfield pizza.
Oh, is it like Garfield shaped pizza?
Well, I'm on the Garfield wiki now.
Is this going to be like a Mandela effect thing where like Jeremy remembers there being a bunch of panels of Garfield with pizza, but there isn't?
I'm gonna read this whole. This is like
This whole
my stomach's
article.
a little upset reading this. It's only like 6 sentences. Pizza is flatbread topped with tomato sauce, cheese, and often other ingredients. also one of the Italian cuisine meals that Garfield likes. He makes various appearances in the Garfield franchise, such as in, quote, Perfect Pizza.
This must
And
be
it
like an
links to-
episode of the show. It is.
Garfield is seen liking pizza along with spaghetti, chicken, pies, hot dogs, donuts, and lasagna, which lasagna is hyperlinked.
Of course it is.
Unlike the latter, other characters in Garfield and Friends are also shown enjoying pizza with Garfield. Nowadays, Garfield is shown eating pizza more frequently than lasagna, his favorite food.
Whoa.
Wait. So this is a generational thing then.
Yeah.
Pizza, in parentheses, without any anchovies, tofu, or kale, is apparently Garfield's second favorite food.
God damn.
Wow. They're really trying to retcon lasagna.
Yeah,
They're trying to change the course of history by saying that Garfield's favorite food is actually pizza and not lasagna.
Man, I clicked on the hyperlinked lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
First shown in the July 15th strip of 1978, my birthday before I was born. Quote, however, as time went on, Garfield's lasagna consumption in the strip has gone down a fair bit, at least in comparison to the first few years. In more recent years, it can be argued that pizza has usurped lasagna as Garfield's favorite.
That's fucked up. Why, Jim Davis? Why are you doing this to us?
I'm going to go on the record and say I don't want to be alive anymore.
But Jim Davis does because he's like, that sweet, sweet pizza money keeps coming in.
Right. I guess it's probably because pizza is bae, right? Like lasagna is not bae, and that is probably what is happening, right? Like follow the money. Go where the pizza's happening. Lasagna industry is fucking tanked.
If you look in my freezer right now,
Uh-huh.
there are 0 pizzas, but
And
5
100 lasagnas.
single portion Stouffer's lasagnas.
Is this true?
Smith said a 5 for 10 deal. I couldn't say no.
No! Shut up!
They're
Oh my god.
the perfect lunch.
Well, you are truly the old Garfield, and I am the new Garfield because I have exactly 1 frozen pizza in my freezer right now.
And 0 lasagnas.
Zero
And
lasagna.
0 lasagna.
Zero
Oh,
lasagnas.
man. This is wild. This is groundbreaking, honestly.
I just want to point out on the lasagna trivia on the Garfield wiki. Garfield has, quote unquote, loved lasagna since the day he was born in a kitchen of an Italian restaurant, Mama Leone's. It has usually been his, quote unquote, favorite food ever since. Jim Davis has stated, quote, I sometimes wish I made pizza Garfield's favorite food. It's easier to draw than lasagna.
This is like,
Fuck! Oh my god, no!
you know how like
Oh no!
the LA Times, like the owner of the LA Times was basically like, no, you guys need to write more like conservative stuff. Like you need
Right.
like he's like telling the paper what to write. This is what Jim Davis is doing to Garfield.
Yeah.
he's pushing his own agenda
His pizza
on,
agenda.
on this politically neutral document.
The comic book page.
Oh my god.
All right, well,
We're in
I guess
hell. This is literally
so
fucking
this is
hell.
fully completed too because there was a Garfield pizza restaurant
Yeah,
in Canada.
Yeah.
So it's so true. Jim Davis was pizza coded from the beginning. He thought he could make Garfield lasagna king of lasagna, just for the pure.
Instead he's the
Nicheness of
king
it.
of lies.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
let's pick next week's Pokemon in a section I like to call Pick'emon. I'm going to do this myself.
Are you sure you can do it yourself?
I mean, I usually like incorporating Evan because it's like a fun, like, you know, banter back and forth. You know, you have the tension of getting the number ready. Okay.
As opposed to when Evan isn't here and we were not funny at all.
I don't even know what a number
have
is.
any banter.
And
Jim Davis really put the lies on you.
okay, let's go.
Lasagna.
All right, 912 says Google. And we already did that. So that's Quaxley. So Google, we're going to do it again. 988 says Google this time.
You're gonna listen to that bitch?
Yes, I'm fucking listening. These ones are the lame ones, so I'm gonna do it again. Sorry, everybody. I just want a good number. 923 sounds good. That sounds like a good one. I'm gonna bet it's a good one. Everybody, it's an okay one. Next week's Pokemon is Pommet, the Pikachu ripoff from this generation. Pommet.
I hardly know it.
Yeah, Pawmot, Pommet. So yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Listeners, skip the next episode. There's nothing funny about this Digimon ass.
It does look like Digimon.
Wait, I need to find it.
Pawmot.
Oh, I know. I remember this guy. I remember this one.
It does look like a Digimon. That's a good point. Interesting. We should have like a contest, the most Digimon coded Pokemon. Anyway.
Oh.
It would have to be Charizard, right? Like he's also
there's
like
that-
an orange dinosaur.
The Agumon in Digimon, where it's like, oh yeah, that is just Charizard or like Charmeleon or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our upcoming community event. We're having a community night on the Discord on March 2nd at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Join us. We're keeping it a surprise. It'll probably be like a movie or video game or something. It'll be fun. We'll be hanging out March 2nd at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So join us then. It'll be a lot of fun. And now I'm going to wrap up the show by doing the plugging round. Where can we find you on the internet, Ben?
You can find me on Instagram at Ben C. Montoya or on Tumblr at thefearandnow.tumblr.com.
Ian.
You can follow me at Musician Davis on Instagram. You can also find me at my website, musiciandavis.com. And go follow at Jessica Pacheco Music, my friend and yours who recorded a really killer theme song for us.
Excellent. You can follow me at Velocity Prime 1 on Blue Sky and Velocity Prime No 1 on Tumblr. Check out my writing at the-avocado.org. Also, you don't have to read, but if you have interest in my book club, the Santa Fe Society and Foundation for Speculative Fiction, email us at speculativesf@gmail.com or check out our Blue Sky page, speculativesf@bluesky. Anyway, that's the show. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like the show, make sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want to have more I Choose You goodness, check out our official social media pages, I Choose Pod on Blue Sky, Tumblr, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. If you want to be a member of the I Choose You community, head on over to the Discord. Links are in the episode description. You can submit recipes, talk with fellow choosies, and participating in community events such as March 2nd at 4 p.m. Pacific time, all on the I Choose You Discord. Head on over. Last but not least, go to our official website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and merch store. That's ichooseyou.menu. And that's the end of the show. I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
Been your friend on the show, Ben Montoya.
Been your arm and hammer, Ian Davis.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
So you wanna cook and eat all good?
Pokemon!
Are you ready for some recipes and
Lots of puns!
I wanna eat the ultimate snack, find the flavors that are bold. I choose you. Taste them all with no regret, as a prophecy foretold. I wanna eat with Jeremy, Ben, Evan, and Ian too. I choose you. Learn to cook and crack some cans.
Use the podcast in your hands.
We gotta eat in this Pokemon world. I choose you, the greatest podcast of them all. We gotta eat in this Pokemon world. Put your dish to the test, tastes better than all the rest.
One dish, two dish, red dish, blue dish. Ready for an icy wrap?
Let's do this.
If your soup is missing something, no sweat, my flamingo. You just sprinkle in a little bit of Sprigatito. And if your plate is looking sad and done sparse, just tear up some tarantula. It isn't that harsh. Vroom, vroom, there's a rubber room for all your baddies as we drive to these Pokemon tubes. I scream tail as these iron hands come over me. Those iron juggalists, exactly what I like to see. Slithering, lay back, Excalibur by the pool.
I crack a bottle, let your body waddle. Don't be a sleep title, just hit the lotto.
oh. Cause this podcast is gold, it's as hot as a cap's a kid too. So let's kick back, cans crack, for I choose you.
You gotta eat in this Pokemon world. I choose you, the greatest podcast of them all. I choose you.